Play me in. Give me a tune. Give me a beat.
Do 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 do.
Never mind.
I love that you're feeling it.
I thought it was shake, bro. You guys were feeling that?
You do?
I was getting the beat didn't jump
Yeah,
yet.
you're sounding like
Okay, just give us 10 more seconds.
All right.
Let's see where it goes.
Do.
it's getting Nardwar. What's going on right now,
Somebody
man?
might
Like,
take over.
bro,
No,
like
forget this, bro.
it's
Forget
all-
this.
it's all
Introduce
good.
us, bro.
It's all- I'll
Introduce
cut-
us,
Don't
bro.
worry, man. I was thinking we should switch it up, but it's all good. We're here,
Yeah.
back with another episode. We're the Coffee Break Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Your host with the most, always back with the goodness, week by week. We've been loving the feedback, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. Our social have been getting very active. We've been
Yeah.
seeing a lot of people, a lot of new faces, a lot of new comments.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that. I mean, we have some amazing stuff on the way, right? We're always trying to build, innovate.
For sure.
But we are back. We're here to stay. We're never going back. We're never leaving. And yeah, I mean, I'm Slim. This is my bro,
Jama.
my other bro.
Ela.
And we got our recurring guest,
Yep, back for a second time.
Nah, I
Appreciate
appreciate
it.
you.
Mr.
You're a real
KHALID,
guy.
aka Clyde,
Yep.
AKA
Clyde, whatever you want to call me.
aka the heir for the Ali family.
The heir?
The heir.
Nigga, is it the oldest heir?
H-E-I-R.
The youngest is not the
The
heir.
heir is chosen.
No, it's not.
Isn't that chosen?
I like the bar.
No, it's not.
We'll
The
go
heir
with
isn't
it.
chosen.
Heir
It's okay.
chosen.
It's the oldest man in the family.
Nah, you're getting your
Heir is
heirs
chosen.
wrong, bro. You're getting your heirs wrong. It's
My
not.
fault,
That's
my
not that
fault.
kind
You
of
know.
heir, bro.
All right.
It's not that kind of heir.
Okay.
No, but we're back. I mean, it's been a kind of quiet week, I'd say. But
Give or take.
in the news, I mean, obviously, there's still stuff going on. There's still stuff for us to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
Mukhtar?
For sure.
What's your
Gotta
week?
be.
What's your weekly name? I forgot to ask you, man.
I'm going Elo.
Elo.
I'm trying this one out. I'm gonna see how I like it on the other side.
Elo.
Elo.
Elo. Okay.
So, what you gotta say?
Okay.
All
Don't
right.
worry. Hey, listen.
Speak
That's
your perspective.
I support you in whatever name you pick, you know? But I'm noticing none of your names are black. That's all I'm
Damn.
noticing. There's not like last week. Did we talk about this a couple weeks ago?
all the only Elo I
Come
know
on,
is
laugh.
Craig Elo, bro,
Bro.
I didn't even think of that.
and he's white.
He
I
just
didn't
called
think
you.
of
He
that.
just pulled your card right there.
I'm
I'm
just
not
saying.
gonna lie. That was. He
They
came
do.
at you.
That's what I'm saying,
I'm
bro.
trying to rebrand myself.
As a,
It's
as
all
a,
good,
as a
don't worry.
non-black man?
I'm black. Okay.
The caucasity.
So
Yo,
I-
The caucasity.
the only thing Craig Elo is known for is that freaking Jordan jump shot. That's
And
it.
getting whooped. Yeah.
He got facial.
Get
That's
whooped.
it.
Yeah.
Getting
That
crooked.
was flagrant right there.
I didn't want to say it.
Hey, though. But nonetheless, I mean, we've got some more. Actually, to be honest with you, this topic that I have today that I'm going to introduce to you guys is very okay. Let me start by saying that the audience can be very split
Yeah.
with this topic, right?
Mhm.
Recently, it's been in the news that Jalen Green, guard on the NBA player, guard on the Houston Rockets, 21-year-old. He's in his second year, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah.
Third year?
he's like
Third
his
year.
Third, fourth
Third year?
year. Fourth year, I believe.
Fourth year. Wow.
Yeah.
Fourth year.
Time
flies.
2021?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
2020 or 21. One of those years.
2021, yeah.
A young up and coming player that has a lot of potential to be a star in the NBA. Nonetheless,
Yeah.
Jalen Green,
Mhm.
who also has some weird. I mean, I'm not.
Refresh my memory. Is he the one that had the incident?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one.
Yeah, he's that
Yeah,
one.
right,
He's
yeah.
that one. He's that one. He's that
That's
one.
crazy.
Oh, and he switched it up by
He's a
getting-
strange
Oh,
cat.
I mean, but so, anyways, he's been in the news this week because he's been spotted with a very known Instagram model that goes by the name of Draya Michelle, who is
absolutely beautiful.
she's a beautiful woman. I'm not gonna lie. We can all sit here and say that. I mean, no questions asked for somebody her age, but her age is really what's in question here, since she's 40 years old,
39.
39 years old,
39.
and
damn.
Jalen Green is 21.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been, I don't know if it's confirmed, but they are supposed to be having a baby together,
Okay.
and
Okay.
she's pregnant with his child, and there is that big of an age gap. And to be honest with you, I feel like that, I'm just gonna go out and say it, man, is very predatorial.
How?
The biggest detail, she has a son his age.
She has a
Wow,
son his
really?
She has
age.
a son his age.
Really? How?
She has
Wow.
a child the same
Yeah.
age.
Wow.
That's what's being said.
The math is not mathing.
What?
So if she's 39 and the son is age, she was 17 or 16 when she had a kid?
You have
I guess,
teenage
yeah.
babies.
I guess.
Yeah, that happens.
It's possible.
So she
There's
had
no
she had a
show.
she had a child at a young age, and her child is now 21 years old, the same age as her man.
Mhm.
That's
Alleged,
predatorial to me, man. That to me is the same. I think that the public should be scrutinizing her the same way they'd be scrutinizing this if this was the opposite roles in terms of genders. Because if a man who was 39 years old had a girlfriend in the media that was 20 years old, I mean, they already give Leonardo DiCaprio shit about this all the time.
Marcus Houston.
Right? I'm not too familiar with that
He
one.
is in his mid-40s and his wife's 19.
Oh my
That's wild.
god.
That's wild.
20.
That's
That's crazy.
crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like,
But
They have a wife, baby together and everything. People going on him. I think it was 2020, 22, 23 area. They're going off about him.
right off bat, I think that it's wrong, immoral, and I think that the reason why I said it's predatory is because predatorial actually is because I feel like the people, the older people in these conversations, specifically Dre and Michelle here, are taking advantage of the fact that a 21-year-old person or man in this scenario is just getting acclimated into life, into the real world, especially somebody with multi-millions of dollars as well and notoriety and fame. So to take advantage of that and to essentially trap somebody with a child is just, to me, you're so far gone when it comes to morally correct. Like there's such a big moral imbalance in you that that's kind of evil to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the fact that I didn't know that she had a son the same age as the guy. That's a very telling sign that this person's willing to do anything it takes to, kind of excel and keep her lifestyle going, because she's probably only just come up. I mean, I'm just speculating, but I don't really see her having any real self-made success. She's been attached to a lot of people.
Disagree.
I can't.
I've been following her for a while. Not like
Really?
that way.
Really?
I'm
Really?
not saying
Really?
not on Instagram.
Have you now?
The cameras were on.
Have you now? Have you now?
But I know that she's like
She's
a
about
lot.
out
She's the
here.
faces of a lot of different these companies in terms of she has her own swimsuit company.
I'm not saying that she doesn't have things going for her.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that her come up or her rise, for lack of a better way of describing it, has been always attached to people who have their own come ups.
Okay.
She's always just been on the side of an entertainer or a basketball player or a football player, or some kind of notable celebrity in society to kind of boost her own image, right?
Okay.
For lack of a better way of saying it. But the reason why I say it's predatorial is because, like I said, Jalen Green is just getting acclimated into life. He's just getting access to different places he always dreamed of, right?
Mhm.
And now he has this woman who he's probably been seeing on his IG for many years. Wink, wink.
Many years.
Wink, wink.
Many years. I don't know. I'm not saying I knew of it.
I'm just saying. I used to always see.
My algorithm.
I
That's
used to
not my algorithm.
I used to always see her
Jalen
in the
Green might get
Explore.
angry. You keep hitting on his girl.
I mean, yeah.
Listen,
He
I
might not
don't even know
enjoy
how
it.
she looks, bro. Relax.
Don't worry,
The
man.
funniest thing is gonna be, this camera's a solo for you.
For real.
Listen, I want to confirm. I don't know how Draya looks. I'm sure she's a beautiful woman.
Oh, right.
I'm sure she
Right.
is.
Right.
And that's why the reason why she was able to, do what she had to do all this
Right.
time.
Right. Don't worry, man. This is a safe space. We're not going to ask you to go through your DMs instead. Don't worry. It's all good.
You think in my DMs there's chats from me trying to message Draya is it time yet?
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. There could be some hard eyes, I don't know. Who knows?
Nah, never that.
No, but I feel like, she's fully taking advantage of this young man, and he's probably going to realize it when it's too late. It's already too late. I mean, he's having a child with her, and the fact that she's a 40-year-old mom too, there's so much factors to put into question here that they just glossed over. As if she's supposed to be the adult in the room there, but clearly is not. So what do you guys think about this?
This is the era for this, though, is it not?
You think so?
There's Zion, Jalen Brown. There's a couple. LaMelo.
Yeah, Jalen Brown, I know, is one.
Yeah, there's a couple. And
Jalen
Jalen
Brown?
Brown's the same situation too, though.
Yeah.
Apparently she has a child his age.
Wow.
She has a grandchild. Jalen
What?
Brown is
Funniest part.
dating a grandmother.
Who?
Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's crazy.
I know who you're talking about.
I mean, I know who that woman is.
but
You know her too. You know her too. Wow, sure.
No, but she's an OG.
Yeah, it's hard to
was
believe
out.
that she's a grandma.
Yeah,
You look at her and think she's way younger than she actually looks. You know what I
They're
mean?
still together.
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't know.
I'm not
I don't know, I'm
100%
just saying.
sure, but
I'm gonna enjoy
was
how much the
crazy.
single cams and keep it coming towards you for these awkward little moments you're having today with.
Nah, but to answer your question,
Mhm.
I honestly think there is a group of these type of women who prey on these type of boys. Because I don't even consider them men yet, 2018, you're just getting into the NBA, you're learning about life, you're being given millions of dollars. It's like you have everything that you need. It's like you finish the game at age 18, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, they don't have to, I'm not saying they're not struggling, but they have every asset that they need to get anything that they want. And these type of women are seeing this and trying to prey on them and attach themselves to them, you know? To another person, Brittany Reiner. She was somebody who, I forgot who the individual was.
PJ Washington.
PJ
Yeah, him.
Washington.
Mhm.
But she went to his college games or
Yeah.
high school games
Yeah.
or something like
He
that.
went to his college games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky.
So
Mhm.
the fact that she was kind of like,
She stalked him.
no, it's so funny because these basketball players have two types of scouts that come for them: NBA scouts
and female scouts.
female scouts,
Yeah.
you know. And it's crazy how she's a grown ass woman, and she's coming to look for this 19-year-old kid who hasn't signed anything yet.
She's probably
but
getting
she
like
sees
a
potential in
She's
him.
getting a media pass, and she has her clipboard too.
Exactly.
He's like, yeah, that's a good jumper. I can see that.
You know
60
what I mean?
million, 70 million probably. Yeah.
I think it's absolutely absurd, bro, that these women are taking their opportunity and clawing into these men, not knowing any better, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Huh.
the funniest thing. I was watching a podcast a couple years ago talking about these women, former strippers, talking about how the women know when these guys walk into the club, they have their stats
Yeah.
open and they
Yeah.
have the
No way.
websites that show their salaries open.
Mhm.
So they know better than anybody in that room
Facts.
who that guy is that walked in that room.
Yo, Aaron Gordon was on Michael Porter Jr.'s podcast, and he was telling him about a date that he was on, where he went on a date with this girl, and then they were having a great time. And then she just dropped her phone on the desk, and what he seen was Aaron Gordon net worth.
Damn.
That's the only reason she came there.
God
You
lacking.
know? Imagine that's all people look at you. They don't even
Yeah.
care about what you have to offer, who you are as a person, or what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
They just see money.
Meal
And
ticket.
to that point, that's exactly what Draya is doing. She saw that this boy, who is probably gonna at the best, he's probably gonna be a low end all-star, still making great money. And now he's probably gonna get into that $200 million contract, and now she has a cut of it. That's how she sees it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird.
I mean, it is odd.
You know, I feel like
Playing the game.
Jalen Green also, like, you know, I feel like we shouldn't just skim over the fact that he's also a dumbass.
That
Like,
too.
you're 23 or 21, however old you are, and you have millions of dollars. Like, I just don't understand. For even if in his mind he thinks, you know, I'm just doing this for now. The fact that you have a child with her, it means, you know, you're gonna be connected to her for a long time.
Yeah.
And she could eventually, like, he could be 40 and she's in like her 70s.
Yeah.
And they still have a child to deal with, and she's, you know, looks nothing like how she looks today, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, do these NBA players not think like 2 steps ahead at all? If I got millions of dollars, I would just be thinking, damn, you know, all these women want me for my money. I need to find someone right. And that would just be my search all day.
No, 100% true. And one thing I want to add to that is, I think basketball players in general, they have a different mentality. Like, you know how we have to struggle to get to certain aspects of our life? I'm not saying basketball players growing up didn't struggle, but they were very much babied. You know, they probably never had a real job. They probably were catered to. They probably did everything. So they don't understand that there's people around them that try to take advantage of them. You know, unlike us who didn't come from anything and had to build our foundation, our wealth, our basically our entire building.
We see people for who they really
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
they don't understand that the people around them are trying to benefit off of them, you know?
are. Mhm.
I think they lack that sense of awareness that you get like in your early 20s, and they get it at the end at like 30 years old.
Yeah,
you know?
you can make the case that they're less mature for their age when they
Exactly.
get that amount of fame and money at the same time presented to them. Kind of makes them less mature, you know. But the question I really have for you guys is that, let's say, for example, like, who's an older NBA player?
You
Let's
don't
say-
have them.
Let's say Udonis has them pulled up, and his
Big-
girlfriend was 20 years old or 22 years old.
Yeah.
Let's just say, just to keep the same age range. Wouldn't the public be just hating and mad and outraged by that? Don't you think?
I don't think as much because he's like, we don't know nothing about his private life other than he's from Miami.
Well, I'm just using the fact that he's an older NBA player. Let's
No.
just use his age. You know, let's take who he is out of this
Yeah,
scenario.
no, but regardless, I'm saying that's what the disadvantage young guys have is that they are out loud with everything.
Right.
Where it's just we don't know who these guys were messing with in another era. He's from that other era, but no. To answer your question, yeah, they'd be outraged to call him a pedophile, like all the different things. But
I feel like it would be to a similar degree though, because like Leo, I mean, obviously I know Leo's girls are 25, they're not like 21, but you know, Leo, that's just something that people like poke fun at him for. You know, they're like, yo, get a more mature girlfriend. What are you doing? You know,
Right.
but it's not something that they label him an actual pedophile for, like somebody that's wrong. You know, they just like kind of just say it's a character issue. You know,
I think Leo is funny though, because he never lets his
Yeah,
girl
that's
past
crazy.
25.
That's
I think
crazy.
his-
Every
I think
girl
his
who turns
current- I
25,
think his current girlfriend's the first one that passed 25.
really, she's
Yeah.
over 25.
Just
but I
past
mean, she
25.
passed that. She's getting the ring.
He's getting the
Oh,
boot real
shit,
soon.
you were.
Getting the ring.
She's
She won.
either getting the boot real soon or the ring's coming up. Let's be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
That's hilarious. But I was under the impression the second they turn 25, they're like, yo, he's gonna pick me. And then he gets them to the girl. I was like,
Crazy.
Oh, it's your 24th birthday.
I don't understand. Like, do they just change or something when they turn 25? Like, you wake up feeling more
know, man.
old at 25 or
It's a
something?
weird preference. I feel like with that big of an age gap, I feel like there's probably like a control factor that the older person has. They can probably manipulate that younger person mentally to either get certain things off of them or to make them act a certain way in their benefit. You know, because there's probably some mental gymnastics that's going on. Because like realistically, if the person, like let's say Jalen Green, for example, he's just an average kid, Dre and Michelle's never gonna look at him twice. He's the same age as their son.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna be looking at him like, yo, aren't you supposed to be hanging out with my kid?
No,
But the
facts.
fact that he has all this, the fact that he has so much to offer her, she's probably playing these mental gymnastics with him. You know, he probably thinks she loves him,
Yeah.
like loves him to the point where it's like, this is gonna be my wife, my girl, and she could probably be thinking, I got his ass, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like there's this element of like a less developed brain being targeted by somebody who's had years of experience,
Mhm.
years of interactions with people, who's been that age before, who knows what it's like to be 21 years old and not really see the world for what it is. So it's like, that's where I really see the predatorial part coming into it. Because of course, if a guy was in a relationship with a younger woman, then there's the physical intimidation aspect of it too. And another factor too is that she's 40 years old having a baby. When that baby is 20 years old, she'll be 60. Right?
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
what
like,
I was alluding to before. Like, you know, he might have to do more parenting than he really wants to.
yeah, you know, like, and he's probably not going to be having to do physical parenting because of his wealth,
Yeah.
but that child will have less of a mother figure because his mother or her mother is too old, you know, it's elderly. So there's so much aspects to it that's just immoral and wrong, but it's just like I said, the era we're living in now, where girls are just going into clubs, they're busting out the guy's net worth, and sometimes they get caught lacking like Aaron Gordon, but sometimes they're just, you know, they get their win.
Wouldn't Robert De Niro have a kid with a 33-year-old son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's the crazy one.
that's
to me,
odd
but
to me.
He's
to
like
me,
80 something, 80 mid 80s at least.
Yeah.
He's in his 80s.
70s
Damn.
or 80s.
I actually want to ask the panel a question about this though.
What?
I'm kind of interested. What would you guys do, or like, what would your response be if you had a multimillionaire son who was 21, 22, and he brought home a 45-year-old, you know, IG vixen or whatever? Would you like unsupport the entire thing, you know, disassociate yourself from your kid? Is it that serious to you, or is he still a man? He can choose who he wants to, you know,
I would
share his life with.
I would hope that I raised my kid well enough for him to understand when people are trying to take advantage of him.
Yeah.
Because going to the point that you made, the reason why I think it's predatorial is because up until your early 20s or even mid 20s, especially for men, the part of your brain that's responsible for the decision making, called the prefrontal cortex, it's not fully developed, you know? So the fact that these women who are preying on these men who are not fully aware of what's going on, I think it's crazy. And if my son came to me with a 45-year-old woman, and she was probably the same age as me, and I'm looking her dead in the eye, I would pray and hope that I gave my son or equipped him with the right tools for him to understand that this isn't what you want. You know? I'm sure there is a 45-year-old woman out there, because I even that is kind of weird to say, but like in an off chance that maybe the 45-year-old woman is not a terrible person and doesn't want him for his money,
She's genuine.
like that 0.001% chance,
Yeah.
and she's able to prove that to him, because I'm never gonna veto my son's decision. It's all about him at the end of the day, right?
Okay.
I would tell him what he needed to do. I'll tell him my opinion. If that's what he wants, if he wants a life of being taken advantage of, so be it. But if she's awesome, inshallah, that's all I can pray for. I'll make dua that she's not that type of person.
Like, Allah is on you this time.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
No, but I don't think as a multi-millionaire, you can't tell nobody nothing when you
Yeah,
get to that
yeah.
net worth. Yeah, he's probably paying his parents' bills at this point. And yeah, like you said, you have to tell what your perspective is. You got to be honest. It's man to man. Whether he's 21 or 25,
Mhm.
as long as he's paying his own bills,
Yeah.
it's a man to man discussion right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Saying that girl's probably no good for you,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, he's gonna make his own decisions, and
Yeah.
you can't. I don't think there's the disassociation, especially at that net worth. There's no disassociating. Like regardless, eventually you're gonna either you or your wife are gonna need him or in some sort.
Mhm.
What are you making faces for?
No. I understand where you're coming from, but I would hope that money doesn't make my son think that he is better than people. You know,
No, I
money
don't
is a
think-
tool for you to get, but it's not a way for you to kind of
Money
up-
makes you feel like I'm able to take care of myself, my own situation.
yeah.
So at this point, the only thing like this is out of love relationship. This is no longer financial. I'm no longer needing you for certain decisions in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will take your opinion into consideration.
Of course, yeah.
But then I stand on my own 2 feet.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So that's what I mean by there's love there, but then it's a man to man relationship. It's like a friend relationship when you get to a certain age.
Yeah.
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 It becomes less than I'm needing your advice.
And I agree too. I mean, with both of you guys just said it pretty much what I was thinking. And it's not up to me; it's up to him at the end of the day. But all I could do as a father is just give you my best advice,
Mhm.
you know. And then you're gonna guide yourself. If you get finessed by a 45-year-old and she's taking on all your change, rinsing you, and it's on you, bro.
I would think I failed though. I would really think I failed. If my son,
And he did become a millionaire, though. You know.
yes,
succeeded.
but there's,
Mm.
I think I would be so happy that I was able to equip him with what he needed to be successfully financial, you know,
Yeah.
like well that way.
Financially stable.
But there's more to life than money, brother.
yeah.
I want more than anything, I want my son to be a good person.
Mhm.
And that's above everything. I don't care if he's a millionaire, if he's a middle class civilian with a great family, kids, has a job that he enjoys. Well, wallahi, I think that would be better for me than if he was a millionaire and just like in the worst situation.
Right.
You know?
100,000%.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
100% agree.
Freaking thing though, like I think I brought this up a couple episodes ago. Freaking LeVar Ball said it live on their Facebook show. You better, before you get to the NBA, you better find a girl. Because if you get to the NBA, you're not gonna find a girl like I found your mother.
Yeah.
You're gonna find a hoe. And then the first thing we knew about LaMelo's relationship was he's with that Instagram model, Candice Michelle. And she's in her late 30s, early 40s.
Wow.
And he's
didn't
in his
know
early
that.
20s.
I did not know.
And this
he
was a
remembered
few
that.
years ago. And I don't know if it's true or not. Someone said, oh, they may have a baby together a couple years ago. I know nothing about the relationship. But that was live on Facebook TV.
He warned them.
That he warned them.
That's
The
crazy.
first thing he did was date a porn star and date this Instagram model.
Of course.
Tragic.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. His sons weren't that smart to begin with, man. One of them was caught stealing in China.
That same one
Yeah,
got
bro.
a porn star pregnant?
That's
Or
what he
like
said.
an Instagram model? No, I'm talking about Jello.
Jello.
Wow.
The guy
Yeah,
who
he-
stole.
The guy who stole that guy just a walking
I saw
out,
a
man.
photo of him and his girl. He was getting flamed because him and his girl were having like a baby shower
Yeah.
photo, and she was wearing like a, like a promiscuous outfit, like and she had like a little baby bump too. And
What?
people were like, "Damn, how's your son gonna see this or your daughter?"
Yeah, it's the fucking
He-
baby
he's
shower.
0 for
man.
3, I'm telling you.
Wow,
He's 0
that's
for 3 when it
crazy.
comes to his sons.
Yeah, man. That's the fact that they got warned too is just
I don't know about Lonzo though, the oldest one. Does he have a
Yeah,
thotty as well?
He had but he had a shorty that he was with. But as far as I know,
Mhm.
that this was on their show as well. That he had a shorty he was with before that he had a kid with, and I think they separated shortly after.
Well, I mean, he tried to listen at least.
Yeah.
see, man. I see like that happens so often. But then again, on the flip side, like I really that gives me a lot of respect for guys like YBN Corday and his girlfriend. What's her name again?
Naomi Osaka.
Naomi Osaka. Yeah, because they're just like a power couple now. You know, like
Oh, who's the guy?
He's a rapper.
I didn't even know they were still together. I thought they got.
I thought they separated as well.
Well, I mean, like just the fact that they got together, there's like-minded. It just works. You know what I mean? Like there's no finessing going on either side. They're both boosting each other up. Whether they were, successful and lasted or not, it's another situation. But I feel like that's like more respectable. Like that's something to look at, like, and actually salute. Instead of what's going on with these guys for making these weird decisions.
Two people. As far as Naomi Osaka's way more well known,
Yeah,
but two people held in some sort of well regard.
Mhm.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But to that point, like, I'm thinking about that question you asked. I don't know how I would feel if my son came with a 45-year-old woman. I'm out here pondering, like, what would I actually do?
Me thinking, my nigga, are you fried? What's wrong with you?
I only asked that. That's what the first thing that comes to my mind is Jalen Green has parents who are looking at a woman their age, like, damn, what is going on right now? How is this the woman my son's bringing home? And that would be just crazy.
His parents went through worse with that video that went out.
Yeah,
His parents went through worse.
We're sending you to basketball camps, and this is what you were doing.
Can you just play ball, man?
That's crazy.
And he already has a kid too,
Oh, he does?
if I'm not mistaken.
I
don't even
I'm
know.
pretty sure he already has a kid.
I don't even think he's that good at ball. I'm gonna keep it real, personally.
Shangun took that
video?
whole situation.
No, I just don't think. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard for me to say he is good at ball.
He is good at ball. Let's be real. I
Hard for
can't
me to
put
say that.
smart on the
He's
man's
one of the
name,
good
bro.
young
Like,
players.
Hey, yo.
Can't do that, honestly.
he's one of the more promising players, I'd say, coming into the NBA
Yeah.
right now. But
They drafted well, though.
decision-making
Shangun and
skills are
Jabari Smith.
questionable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Şengün took his shine, if you ask me. He's the Rockets' cornerstone piece
For
now.
sure.
He's dirty. All-star snub.
All-star snub?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
De'Aaron Fox is the all-star stuff to me.
Come on, man. They're not going to disrespect Steph Curry.
No, they should have. Like, there's two wild card positions where I don't know if. I haven't been watching Timberwolves too much. I don't know if they should have gave Cat.
Both of them, right?
Yeah,
I was thinking one of them could have been for Fox. I'm not going to lie.
for sure.
Cat, maybe.
Yeah,
Isn't Joel injured? Somebody's taking his spot.
that's East.
Trey Young.
Oh yeah.
It might be a big
I
man.
don't think Trey would be the one. Would he?
It might be a
Yeah.
big man.
What? Then Kristaps Porzingis.
Show some love to Derek White, man.
If it's gonna be a guard, it's gonna be Trey Young.
Yeah,
What?
I agree. Probably.
Derek
Nah,
White.
Derek White.
Derek White,
Thing.
man. Derek
Not on
White.
that train, man.
Derek White.
If they're gonna get a third All-Star on that team, and especially how, even though he picked 18 points, something like that.
And Trey Young, obviously, is the all-star. Let's be real.
Yeah,
But I swear to God, if both of those teams were playing serious, Derek White will help the Eastern All-Stars win the game more because they already have nice talent on the squad,
Yeah.
You throw him on there, glue guy.
But it's
They're
not. Meant to,
living.
it's not meant to be a serious game. It's just supposed to be
All-Star
like.
game.
yeah.
They never
true.
play serious. They only
I
just
hope
get,
they do play a little more serious this year, man. Last year was unbearable.
Yeah, I think that whole event's starting to get on its last legs. To be honest with you, they either gotta completely revamp that whole idea, or just stick to just the game.
that's
Yeah,
what they
honestly.
did now. They went back to they stopped the draft. They went back to East and West. Then.
Okay.
I was a fan of that though. Why did they remove that?
The draft was low-key more entertaining than the game the past couple years.
Right?
And I think
So?
they wanted to
Yeah.
stop that.
You think so?
Yeah.
But it
No,
created
Brent-
the opportunity though.
It ran way too long last year. There was so much shit that they could have cut.
The draft.
Yeah, the draft,
draft,
happened
yeah.
on the game day last year.
Yeah.
That
Plus,
was new.
Jokic got picked last or second last, and they probably did not like that at all.
He's the face.
He's
Eh?
the face of the NBA. How is he getting picked second last?
Yeah.
He picked himself too. The way he got up. And
Yeah, I
He
know.
got up. Yeah, he just.
He
stood
said he
up.
thought he was last, He didn't know there was somebody else with him.
Wow.
Oh, damn, I didn't even know that.
Well, yeah, that's that. Let's switch gears.
That's
Second topic, guys.
Jalen Green.
It's 8:26 right now.
Let's get one more topic. How about we go through the panel questions? about
Okay.
Those?
You wanna? Okay, let's go around. All right. Let me introduce this. All right, guys. So no, we've been introducing questions to the panel,
Mm-hmm.
and this week I have an interesting question for you guys because I want to bring up my own scenario on this. But tell me a time where you guys were either involved or were a bystander in an unbelievable incident or situation, or just something that's happened to you around you that you were like, "What is going on right now?"
Hmm.
I want to hear your best.
So I had one recently.
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Serious.
So I was at a convenience store
Mhm.
and I'm addicted to this new Prime drink. So I was grabbing like 3 or 4 of them. So then I went to the cashier. I bought them, got my bag. I'm at the door. I see a guy come in. The guy comes in, puts everything that he sees in his pocket. And then he goes to
What?
the, like, everything that he
Just
sees
comes in right off
just
bat?
comes in. First
Yeah.
thing he does, put stuff in his pocket, goes to back to the place where the drinks are, opens it, starts drinking it.
In front of the
In
workers?
front of the workers.
Oh my God.
So then I turn around, I see the cashier is a woman. And I'm like, okay, I have to protect her. So if shit goes
Guy's
south,
so Luke Cage,
if
man.
shit goes south, she can't do this alone.
All right, Superman.
So I'm like, okay, I'll stick around.
I'm
friend.
standing
I'll stick
right
around.
in the gym.
I haven't
That's why you're in
done
the
anything
gym.
That's
yet.
how you're working out for.
I haven't
That's
done
what you're
anything
working
yet.
out for.
For real.
I'll be like, I'll stick around until I know she's safe.
Wait,
okay?
where'd you stand? As
I'm at the
after,
door. I'm at the door.
Pressed around
so
like
where'd
this?
you came back in?
No, I'm still at
What
the
was
door.
your stance?
I'm
Okay.
still at the door. I'm
Was
just
your-
turning around. I'm like, shit.
Chest out?
There's a chance that I might get in a fight.
Did you
I'm
move like you're on your phone or something like that? Just
no, like, think I'm looking right. I have
Great,
to-
man. Focus, bro. Come
I
on.
have to make sure that she's not in any, because she's just such a small girl.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So and this guy was a giant. Even I'm honestly thinking, even if I was to fight this man, I would lose. You know,
Yeah.
it was that type. So I'd be like, at least if he fights me, he probably wouldn't want to fight her. So then he goes to her, and she has the kahunas to yell and say, "Take that stuff out of your pocket." And I'm looking at her like, now you're putting me in a problem because now he wants to fight you, and probably now he wants to fight me.
Wow.
So then he goes to her and starts throwing the chips. Right? He
Okay.
starts throwing stuff at her like, "You think I'm stealing? You think I'm doing this?" And then I walk up to him and I'm like, "Sir, you don't have to go this route. You don't have to go this route."
You hit him with the. We don't have to do
go
this.
And then the luck of the gods came my way. And then two of her male cashier niggas came from the back and started protecting her. And I'm like, I will take myself out of the situation. There's niggas here to protect her.
Yeah.
I don't have to do this anymore. I'm not catching no L for no random person. So now she has her own bodyguards. I walked out. But then I stuck around just to see what would happen, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but they had him on the ground, fam.
Wow.
They had him on
As
the
soon
ground.
you went back inside.
No, because I left
Oh,
the
you
door,
peeped
but I
through-
wanted to
peeped
see it.
through,
Maybe,
yeah.
you know, I'm that type of nigga. I'm watching, fam.
You're such a strange guy, man. This guy, you're fed up, ready to leave, and you're like,
Yeah,
nah, let me
bro.
see if there's drama.
All jokes aside, this guy would probably beat me up. You know,
Was he like a homeless person, a crazy?
huge?
Was he
like-
homeless, or was he?
I don't know, but he was big, like 6'5",
What was he dressed like?
all black,
Damn.
all black, like a black man.
It looked like he has nothing to lose.
I'm like, yo, bro, this guy would destroy. But you know, at the
Was
end
he a
of the day,
crazy person though? Like, was he out of his mind?
I think he was suffering from mental health issues.
Okay.
You know,
So
but
it
to
was-
that point, she's fine. Those two niggas probably got beat up. I'm good. I went the next day. I asked you, how'd it go? And she was like, "Oh, we called the police. We're good to go." You know,
It's like
could've
you
did
just
that
walked
too.
into a scene in a movie.
fam, it was crazy, bro. Like the fact that she had, like, she is such a small girl. She was like 5'2" compared to the 6'6" man. She was like, "Take that stuff out of your pocket." I'm like, I didn't even want to say that.
Yeah, it's her store, fam. It's her store. She gotta stand ground. She's gotta
but
stand ground.
that's something crazy that happened to me recently.
What time of the day was this?
Like 9 p.m. I just woke up from my nap.
Yeah, it's
Woke up from
pretty-
a nap and almost got in a fight.
She definitely not
Literally
working
10
the 9
minute
p.m.
difference.
shifts anymore.
Yeah, she's about to work mornings from here on out.
She about to work mornings.
She's never coming
No
back.
more nights for her.
For real.
Damn.
Yo,
like
how about you
that out
guys?
there?
Anything happen? Do you guys have anything?
No. A few years ago, I used to work. We were both working security for a long time. I used to work at a commercial building downtown where I was at the front desk, and I had cameras a few places. But one of the cameras was at the front door, which is not too far away from me, and everything's glass see through. So there's two doors to get into the building. There's one from the outside, you get in, then you have to swipe your pass to get into the actual premises. So there's randomly, I think it was around 5:30 a.m. I used to work night shift on the weekend. So all of a sudden this lady starts knocking on the door. So this happens every once in a while. People don't have their passes.
Yeah.
But I don't have the intercom system in this.
Yeah.
So I have to go approach the door, open the door,
Yeah.
and ask what's going on. So like the desk is pretty high. So I was looking over. I just seen a lady standing there, and I went to the door. I opened the door. This lady, she was tatted up. She like no problem. There's architecture firm, like people come in every form. Like it's nighttime, so people just come in pajamas sometimes
Mhm.
just to work. So I'm talking to this lady, asking her like, how can I help you? All of a sudden, she just starts going on this discussion about how this convenience store guy wouldn't give her a charger, but she's on her period and she was looking for town. But she was going on. I'm I'm just standing there. I'm saying I can't push this lady back because now she's standing in the doorway. So I walk back a little bit, stupid enough because this is my first week. I wasn't thinking, yo, you're letting this lady into this building. What is she gonna do? I stepped back a little bit, thinking let me not push this lady. She's obviously not in the right mental state. I don't want nothing said, oh, this black guy harmed this little white lady.
Mhm.
So she sits down. She's still talking. I go back to my desk. I'm just waiting here, saying, hopefully, whatever's chasing her doesn't come in as well.
Yeah.
So I give her about 10 minutes, start looking down. She's still going. She randomly gets up, and I'm watching from the camera from my desk because I don't want to lock eyes with her for her to go on again. So I'm watching the camera from my desk. She gets up, she leaves. I said, thank God. She comes back, I think about like 2 to 3 hours later, and knocks on the door again. I'm not stupid this time. I look at the camera on my desk that's pointing at the front door. And this lady's knocking, she's knocking. I ignore her. She sits down on the ground. I continue ignoring her. I don't know when she disappeared. I went to go on my walk around. I knew she can't get into the building. I don't know when she disappeared. Well, all of a sudden, when I came back, I looked at the door. She's gone. There's 2 cautious tape tied around the first door that's locked and the second door.
Damn. What the hell happened?
To this day, I have no idea.
The hell?
I said, hopefully this lady, I just cut that thing down. Nobody else is here that knows that I let this lady into the building.
Yeah.
Hey,
I cut it down, wrapped it up, threw it in the garbage right next to my desk, and then end up throwing that bag away in the back dumpster.
Damn.
Continue the shit.
And just let the just
Not
continue on
secure
my
shit
way.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was the whole beauty of security. Was they just need you there. Like you don't need to do nothing.
I
Just be
have
there.
a second quick story though, if you guys don't mind.
Mm.
Go ahead.
There was once I was working you worked at UFT too, right?
Oh, yeah.
In the building dorms. Off of your story. There's this lady that what's it called here. I'm in the Burger King at that college and something. And it was dead night as well. I came from the dorms, I'm at lunchtime, I walk into the thing, and I order my food. All of a sudden, this like King Campus is near freaking a mental asylum.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cam H.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm standing there. I have my security thing on, but I have a jacket on top. So this guy all of a sudden walks in, shirtless, shoeless, big
Damn.
black guy. Walks in, sits down with another guy, just eating his food. All of a sudden, I hear this guy's eating my food with me. Help me!
Is it a random nigga just came and took a bite of his meal?
He's eating the fries and shit with him.
Damn.
Yo.
What?
I would have been like, yeah, that's you, bro.
I should
Oh,
have
yeah.
shared
yeah,
food.
yeah.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
grab a next
Taking
one.
a bite of it, bro.
I'm good on
Bro.
that.
What?
He runs to the lady at the front counter. She said, I'm gonna call the police. Luckily, my food just arrived to me. I covered up the security, grabbed the thing, walked
You
out.
left?
This guy made you certain he wasn't going to the security guard.
Yo.
That's crazy.
I'm covering up the security. I'm not security for you guys.
Yeah, I'm not getting paid.
Right, yeah, I mean, that's
Holy
true.
Just like you.
They don't
This
take
is
care of your
decision.
paycheck for real.
No.
No. But to that point, I was willing to fight and die. It's
There's
just
a
like
whole restaurant of people.
people came to support her, fam.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
a terrible person.
I would have
she
got
had
my food
niggas
in
there, you know?
class.
She had
She had
niggas
niggas
there.
there.
Why am I
bro.
gonna be
Yeah,
there?
I would leave
Fucking-
too.
Exactly.
I would have been like, all right, you guys.
I would have left in his. I would have got my food from Burger King, cut, hide my jacket. I'm
Yeah.
out of there. These
No
guys,
questions asked.
there's no way I'm going toe to toe with this
This
black,
man posed a threat.
this
You're like,
hungry ass black guy.
You probably- Yo.
He's
I'm
eating
Do
good
you
on
have a
that.
story like that?
I mean, not necessarily like that. I mean, I did. Okay, I'll tell you this. This happened to me, and Fantasy, who's a recurring guest, couch guest,
Word.
he can corroborate this story.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So one night we used to go and hoop like back in the summers before COVID. Actually, we used to go and hoop late at night.
Mhm.
You know, because like the courts would be empty. You know, they'd stuff some spotlights sometimes. So me, him, and another guy went to go hoop one night. This is like late night. I'm talking like 2 a.m., 2:30, in a pretty safe neighborhood, suburban neighborhood.
Yeah,
You know, barely Caucasian neighborhood.
got you.
Made certain of that.
Yeah.
So that, obviously we don't get killed, right?
Got you.
But, and this wasn't our first time hooping there too. We hooped there a few times and it was cool. It's all great. One night, we finished playing basketball and this is like 3 a.m. So we're tired. It's late, everybody's about to separate, go in their car and go home.
Mhm.
So we're in the parking lot. And then at nighttime, when you're in like a neighborhood that's not a main street, they just have like some street lights. There's like a street light every maybe like 100, maybe like 100 feet away,
Yeah.
right? So it's like kind of dimly lit. So you can sort of see people, but not really. You see like a shadow of them, right?
Mhm.
We see one random human being from a distance, all in unison. We see them standing in the middle of the street. And it's like so far away that you can't tell what the person looks like or anything. This person starts doing cartwheels, jumping, acting so erratic. Like it's like something out of a horror movie. We're shocked. We're all just standing there like, we're about to die, bro. This person's coming near us, you know?
About to die.
And he's coming, like this guy's running near us, doing cartwheels, jumping jacks, you know, just acting so crazy. So he gets right nearby us and shit like that. And none of us are nearby our whips. Our whips are still like hidden in the parking lot, right? So we're standing there. We're seeing this guy come closer and closer and closer. And then it starts to get a little bit closer to the point where you can see because like the place we're in has lights, right? We see it's a random black guy, but he's clearly out of his marbles. Like something's wrong with this person. He's not in his right mind. It's kind of chilly outside. He's wearing basically like little to no clothing, you know, like very short shorts. And then he takes a step closer to us, and then wallahi, I'll never forget it, bro. Me, Fantasy, and the other person, we all took a step back in unison, like, nope, that's not happening. And then all we heard is, do you guys have some change? In the middle of the night, a random street. We're like, are you really panhandling right now? We said, nah, buddy, we have no change, nothing for you. And then he just kept it moving, cartwheeled all the way back. All the way back. It sounds so unbelievable, but if you guys see Fantasy, please ask him if that story is real. Because it happened and it was like the most unbelievable thing. I feel like I was in Saw, fam. It was like there was music in the background. It's like when he was coming closer and closer. And it's guys like jumping up doing shit like this, you know? Like, we're like, what's going on right now? Just for him to come and be like, you guys have any change? We're like, nah.
Did he say it like erratically? Like when
he said it's so normal.
Sounded like a regular.
So normal. He's like, hey,
that is so weird.
You guys have any change, fam? We're like, nah, bro, we don't have no change. Sorry, bro. He's like, all right. Left.
That's all they needed?
Giddy up all the way back, bro.
Now, what are the odds? It's in some way that he orchestrated that to plant that and make it a crazy thing that stays with you guys for life.
If that was intentional, then that guy needs an Oscar. He needs an Oscar, Emmy, everything. He needs everything because the way he looked, the way he was moving, it was just so wild, man. Like, and it was in such a safe neighborhood. That's the part that just threw me off. You know, like, we're not idiots. Obviously, we're not gonna go hoop in the hood at late at night. So we're gonna pick the most safest place. Yeah. So to see that there was just like, what is happening?
Suspect,
how the hell did he even get there?
Yeah.
I love how he put on a performance just to make it worth it for you guys to give him
insane,
change.
Bro. So insane. I remember just us taking a step back together, like, nope. At the same time, the same length too. It was like the Three Stooges a lot. Like, nope, it's not happening.
Damn, that really makes it a movie scene.
It was crazy, man. But yeah, what do you
got? I gave it some thought. So the story I have is, well, I used to work at Canada's Wonderland. That was actually my first ever job, if I remember correctly. And I was stationed at I don't know if you guys are familiar, but you know, like the thing, like they have a 3-point shootout thing, right? Where you have a rack of balls and you shoot throughout the line or whatever, and you're timed. Mm-hmm. But that wasn't the basketball game that I did. The game that I did was more like just you pay one time, give like a $5 bill, and then you shoot a free throw. And if you make the free throw, you get a prize or whatever. Yeah. And then there was a 3-point version of it where you get one shot, you get whatever prize. Obviously, it's like triple rim, you know? Mm-hmm. And so I used to like be there every day from like 9 to 5 or something. So I got really good at it. You know, I was like able to hit like 10 in a row. And then one day I'm just standing there. It's pretty dead early in my shift. It's like 8 a.m. And I'll never forget, some random white guy comes up to me and he already has a because one of the awards was a basketball. It was like different teams basketball, San Antonio basketball, shit like that. He already had like a Thunder ball or something. So I was asking him, I was like, yo, you already played this? You already won? He's like, I'm the best player who's ever done this ever. He told that to me. And I was like, are you trying to play right now? Let's get it. I'll face you. You know, I was like, I'll give you as many shots as you want. And he's like, nah. My daughter's waiting for me. Never saw him. Like a good 2-3 days. I come back for my next shift. The first thing I see is you standing there, because I worked at 11 this time. So I took somebody off their shift. Okay. Yeah. He's just standing there next to this guy, the guy who's working there. And they're just chatting like they're friends. Like he works there too, right? So my shift comes on. I'm like, damn, like, you really do this? Like you come here just to play this game? And he's like, yeah, I do. I'm nice at this. And I was like, so buy a ticket. Let's play. And he's like, I'll come back. Today I will come back. I'm like, all right, whatever. So like an hour goes by, he came back, but the lineup was super busy. There was like 10 people that were shooting and I'm just giving them all balls, whatever. And he's like, yo, I'll get to the back of the line. When it's my turn though, I want to put a $50 bill in and just shoot bare times. And I was like, okay, whatever. So he came, he put the 50 in after all those people went. He got the first ball, cash. The next ball, he stepped back a little bit, cash. I'm like, damn. So I gave him 2 gifts. Then he starts talking trash to the people around him. He's like, who wants to bet on me missing? Who wants to bet on me missing?
They're bringing a scene.
When I tell you he smacked it like 7 or 8 in a row, getting progressively further to the point where he's way farther than the 3-point one, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yo, you're already standing over there. Why don't you shoot on the 3-point one? And I swear to God, he was standing at least half court of a regular basketball.
Dame Lillard.
He pulls it, swished it. And wallah, people from other games, from in lines, they're sprinting to him. I watched this man become a celebrity in front of my eyes. I'm like, he told me this 2 days ago. Yeah, and he really is like that.
Early, yo.
Wallah, I'm looking at this man like, yo, do you play ball? He's like, nah, I'm just really good at shooting. I have one of those things that they rebound for me.
The shooting machine.
Yeah, the shooting machine. Okay. I just practice all day. And I'm like, so why did you come here the other day and tell me that you're elite? He's like, you're like this is like the 4th time I've done this. I come here and turn this place up every day. Like,
the man is a local celebrity.
I watched him come, I just stand there in line as a regular person. And by the time he was done shooting, there was people I did not even see there asking him, how are you so good?
He built the whole crowd, eh?
Flexing. I'm like, damn, this guy became a celebrity in front of my own eyes off pure talent. Yeah. And I've never been that astonished in my life.
Not gonna lie, man. That guy planted the seeds good on you.
He told me I'm like that. I'm the best player this game has ever seen.
He is. What?
More times you're probably thinking you're like, get out of here,
Who is this guy?
That's like, I play this all the time, bro. I'm probably better than you.
There, yeah, I'll slap you. Let's play 1-on-1 right now, 1st to 10. You don't have to pay nothing. And he said, my daughter's waiting for me. I'll come back.
He came back.
He came back. My next shift, I seen him. He already planted the seeds. Was working with my coworker. Already hooping with him. Then he came and became a celebrity in front of me. That I just, I look back at that job. That's one of the only things I can remember. Is that one guy just shocking me.
Turning everything upside
down.
Legendary.
Well, what if
literally
he was
Steph Curry.
Endorser of the business. So you wanted people to keep coming back.
Industry plan? Industry plan?
Honestly, nothing shocking. The whole time he was just hitting regular jump shots until I told him, yo, you're already so far. Shoot on the 3-point. The 3-point one is like, a good farther. It's like a way, way further back. And he was already far as hell from the free throw one. So when I said that one, I was like, he's not even going to hit the rim. There's no chance. He threw it up in the air and swished it. Without even his release, he threw it like a half-court shot. And that's when I was like, okay, this guy is something serious.
Like
really, he can actually shoot for real.
Yeah, that's how I think I am.
Yeah, I know.
Like, literally, that's how I think.
You hit 2 shots, you're like, no one can kidding me. Are you kidding me?
And then I airball everything for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
If I was the NBA, it would be Clay.
I feel like I won't. No. Listen. Mukhtar, I think you know. At one point, when I shot, fam, everything was water.
For sure.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Fam, there was a time. There was a time where me, this guy, Fantasy, and another friend of ours used to play 2-on-2 all the time. That guy just made me into Steph Curry. I'm telling you right now. It was the passes. You know those when you get those right passes?
Yeah.
Poof, at one point I was like that, fam. But then everything was out for me.
It's all good.
So what unlocked for you that made you fall apart?
Oh, I stopped growing.
I
thought I was gonna make the NBA.
Yeah.
But then life told me I'm gonna stay 5'8". So I'm alright. It is what it is.
You got in the gym though. You started posting up.
I had to, fam.
He became a Zion down low.
Yeah, you're Zion. Your game has completely changed. You went from a shooter to a big dog.
Crazy.
I honestly have a theory, fam, that because now I have a little bit more muscle mass, I can't shoot as well as I used to.
Yo, that's probably why guys like Dwight Howard and the big muscle mass upper body guys can't shoot threes.
I can't. Like I can't shoot. Like I could still probably shoot from far away.
Yeah.
But I don't have that same level of efficiency.
But why though? What's the mechanical reason?
I just think, even though I don't feel it, I just think like my hand weight, like getting my arms up, is like the speed that I do it in, or like it just like everything changed from originally how it used to be. The weight of the ball is different because now it weighs different in my hand because you know what I mean.
I think that's what it is. I think people who transition to shooting and like they started off already, they had their form, then they got jacked.
Yeah.
I feel like that might, because I feel like Dwight Howard at some point when he was a kid, he could probably shoot,
Mhm.
and then he got strong. Like Embiid started playing ball when he was like 14. He was already big, and he was already had muscle.
He was skinny as hell.
He was skinny, but he was like 6'10".
Yeah, he was tall.
He's still
he was
strong.
Yeah,
The ball's nothing to him. So he probably already knew, I could shoot with little power, soft touch.
Interesting.
He doesn't even bring it up. He brings it up like this and probably.
He plays basketball like a mini hoop. Like,
Yeah.
those small little balls that you just throw it like this, and he plays basketball like that in real life.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Could have been me at a certain time.
If you were 7 foot, maybe.
I mean, you had some you were like a stretch 4 or 5 before the stretch 4 or 5 was a thing.
Yeah, I was too.
Like you were like the big man grabbing the boards, and then you would stretch it out,
Running up the court.
Yeah, this guy back in the day, like like high school day, reliable. Set a screen for you that can run through anyone.
You know me.
I feel uncomfortable with your animation of this.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Another episode of the Coffee Break Podcast. I'm your host with the most slim. It's on my hat. These are my bros.
Yama.
Help me.
And our recurring guest, the man,
Clyde, you already know.
the man, the myth, the legend, the one and the only.
Mm-hmm.
Blood for Life. Thanks again for joining us.
My bro, of
We
course.
will catch you guys next week. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, share, and put a comment down below. We want to hear from you. See y'all next week.